That's the one thing with classics is they always break down.
That's the full part of building cars.
I'm holding my breath for you. 5 minutes later, I was at a stoplight and this car made a big bang and didn't move anymore. We full center. That gives me the great opportunity to start this build. I'm gonna be pulling out the motor as soon as possible. Stay tuned for more, but we did a full send with the classic and I couldn't be even more happier. Today is the day we've all been waiting for. It's the Coyote swap time. Let's go ahead and start off by taking out this 289 V8 motor. Starting the Coyote swap project on my 1968 Ford Mustang Fastback. Long time coming. It's been about a year, but the wait is totally worth it. There's a lot of things that need to be done taking this full car apart. This would be the third time I take out a motor. I've taken out this motor about 2 times, but the thing with the newer Mustangs is that they're completely different than these classic Mustangs. So I'm not entirely sure exactly the process. I'm just gonna go for it and hope for the best. And you guys are gonna come along here with the journey. We're gonna start off by taking off the exhaust, the drive shaft, and I kind of want to see exactly what is the issue, whether it be the transmission or the rear end. Then we're gonna do the final startup before I take her apart. So with all that being said and done, let's get on with the show. Shout out to Quick Jack for making this process a whole lot easier. Let's get her up. So we got the headers disconnected. Now I'm gonna go and disconnect the rest of the exhaust and drop this puppy out. Then we'll hit up that drive shaft next. So we finally got the full exhaust system out. The pipes, violator, axle backs with the H pipe. You guys have been obsessed and in love with this exhaust. I am gonna miss this so much, this full setup. This is the 2.5-inch piping with the violators and then the custom tailpipe that the shop did. But these will be forever missed. This just sounds so good. Shout out to Pipes Performance for supporting the build. So as mentioned previously, we are doing the drive shaft next. I've never seen a drive shaft like this. I'm just going with the flow, but I got these 2 bolts out right here, and now I'm looking at these 2 bolts next, and I'm really hoping this just pops out. I have no idea. I am just going with the flow. I'm learning throughout the full process, so let's go ahead and take this out and hope for the best. Oh, and that pops out just like that. We got the drive shaft out, which was a lot easier than actually expected. Now it's time to do the last cold start here on Beverly. But before we do so, I just want to give a big shout out to Precision Shaft Technologies, who is also sponsoring the build here on the Classic. Stay tuned for that. We got this out. Now let's go ahead and let's do the very last cold start before I pull out this battery and take out the rest of this motor. The final startup of Beverly, open headers. I'm gonna miss this so much. I'm gonna miss that sound so much. This V8 motor has gone through it all here with me. We've been through our ups, we've been through our downs, and now we finally go and put an end to this. If you guys are interested in this motor, I'm probably gonna be selling it on my Instagram. It might already be sold, but this 289 did nothing but good here for us, and I love the sound. The power was not there, but it was a great cruiser machine. So now let's go ahead and take the rest of these accessories off. When we get all of these accessories off, we're gonna start to pull out the motor. First things first, let's go ahead and disconnect this battery. I actually shocked myself with like 80,000 volts or 40,000 volts, how much ever that ignition is. Not the funniest, so always wise to take out your battery before you mess with this ignition stuff here. On another positive note, we hit 1 million followers on TikTok. Shout out to all of my TikTok subscribers. If you came from TikTok, make sure you comment down below. I love the support. TikTok is such a fun platform to show you guys the full builds without having to wait for YouTube videos. If you have not subscribed to the TikTok, make sure you go ahead and check it out. I'm super stoked. We finally hit 1 1 million. Thank you guys so much for your support. Hopefully YouTube could get up to 1 million. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe down below. Let's build up and reach for the stars. Thank you guys so much again for 1 million. Now let's go ahead and drain the oil. The very last oil change here. Not really a change, it's more of an empty. Let's see how it looks like. I changed this not too long ago, so it should be clean for the most part, but you never know with these types of motors. Not too bad. No metal that I can see, at least. So we got the radiator and water drained out. Was it the most efficient way to do it? No. Did it get the job done? Absolutely. Radiator is finally out, and I just want to go ahead and show a comparison. This is the old one that was equipped currently here, and this is the new one that we're going to be equipping from Alloy Works. Shout out to Alloy Works for helping out with the build. If you have any cooling needs at all, Alloy Works is the place to go. Link is down in the description with all the information, but just look at the difference. This quality is unmatched, and I cannot wait to equip these dual fans radiator to keep the Coyote nice and cool. Out 289 V8, not too shabby here, all out. I have a huge mess to clean up right now, but we did it, and time to start this Coyote swap. Pretty straightforward pull out, just disconnect everything. 289 V8 motor is finally out here in all of its glory, as well as the C4 transmission, which I forgot to drain out the fluid. I didn't know that would actually fall out, so I got a big old mess right underneath here, but here she is, the great old 289. I had to disconnect a lot of things for the most part, but at the end we finally did it, and I'm gonna miss this motor. I'm gonna miss this motor a lot, but we got bigger and better things to go on here with the Coyote swap. Gonna be starting as soon as possible. I have a lot of things I still need to disconnect, and basically that's gonna be for another video. We took out the motor. Thank you guys so much for the support as well as the guidance throughout this whole thing. This is gonna be one hell of a project. And I finally cleaned up that big old mess. There was so much transmission fluid, radiator fluid, fuel, oil, all combined together. Drew's also going to be starting his swap, the K20 swap, on his very shortly. So we might be side by side working together. Thank you guys so much for all of your support once more. I cannot wait to get more and more into this one, but it took me grenading my rear end to actually pull out this motor, and honestly, I'm really excited for this project. So I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for all the support. Make sure to like and subscribe, as well as check all the sponsors down below in the description. I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.